Welcome to Perfect-ish, where it's not about having perfect time management, but about perfecting your relationship with time. I'm your host, Callie Brigham, and every week we'll talk all things time and how to maximize it without burnout or guilt. Whether we're chatting with an expert or I'm sharing my 20 years of time management experience, you'll learn simple strategies to make every moment count. Here, it's all about getting close to perfect-ish. So let's synchronize our watches and dive in. Hi, friend. I'm doing something that I have not ever done yet in the history of this podcast. I am bumping an episode, and it's okay, it was my own episode. I am bumping an episode to later because I feel so strongly about what happened on Friday with the Friday planning party that we just finished. It's just a couple days after, and I'm still thinking about it. I'm still on a high about it. I'm still in a daze about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it with you because you're my people, and I hope I'm your girl as well. So I want to talk about that. And I'm going to get really real about, oh yeah, Friday was awesome, but I'm going to tell you what Thursday night was, and it was not so awesome. So if you want to know the real deal, which I will always give here, yeah, you're going to want to stick around for that. And I made a little bitty oopsies that I have to fix. So we're going to do that. And then I thought, because of the messages that I've been getting, and because I thought it's just the best and right thing to do, I'm going to give you a peek behind the curtain of what I'm up to. So that's what we're going to do today. And there's not a big agenda. There's not a big outline. I just want to talk to you. And I want to first appreciate you because, yes, I was a wimpy, weenie little girl when it came to setting a goal for the Friday planning party. You may have heard that. I set a goal for 100 people because I thought that was ambitious, which is ridiculous because we have hundreds and hundreds more that listen every single week to the episode. But you know how you get. Anybody else? How you get? Especially if you're starting something new or you're really putting yourself out there or you're having to learn new things or you're having to spend time on things. Isn't that what we talk about? You're having to invest time in things. And I just felt better about setting the goal low so I wouldn't be disappointed. True confessions. But it takes a good friend to call you out and to take you higher. And my friend Dawn said, that is ridiculous. You're going for 1,000. Well, then it got real. Thursday night, we were sitting at 750 people, and I was like, that's it. And I'm like, poochy lip out. I mean, you guys, I was just a hot mess express, and not even express, a hot mess slow, whatever the opposite of that is. Sloth, and everything was going wrong. The technology of the checkout wasn't working right. You name it. It just wasn't. I had gotten no sleep for a couple nights before. I mean, like 4 hours the night before. And if there's anything that I also preach here, when it comes to time management, we have got to schedule in sleep, especially as we get older. We cannot function. And we should not function that way. So I knew that it was fatigue. And I knew that whenever you're going for something big or a big goal, there's always the moment where you don't think you can do it. I knew all these things in my head, but my little heart was not happy. And I thought to myself, all the things that we think too, which is, why am I even doing this? I'm just going to quit. I'm not going to do this. Nobody. And I was even doubting my content. I was thinking nobody's going to want to hear this. I mean, you guys, I know. But I just want you to know I am there too. I get in the mud and the muck and the mire as well, just like anybody else. But if there's one thing I've learned is to acknowledge it and then make a decision. So I said, you know what? My parents had come over to like check on me and pray over me. And I just was, yeah. And I said, I think I need to go to bed. And then I think I need to decide what I want to feel like tomorrow. So I said, tomorrow I'm going to decide that, for crying out loud, I called this a party, a planning party. And I don't want a pity party. It's a planning party. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to absolutely love it. I'm deciding that now. So I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and I decided it was going to be one of the best days of my entire life. And you all made it that way. I listened to my worship music. I had my little prayer time. I went on my walk. I did all the things. I put on a party dress and party earrings. I washed my hair, you name it. And then at 11:28 or 29 Central, so 1 to 2 minutes before, as we were getting ready, we had, let's see, what is that? 250 people RSVP between Friday night at around 9:30 and 11:30 the next day. You guys showed up big time. Thank you for blessing my heart. And then did we have a good time? Okay. But not only that, I mentioned, and I'll tell you a couple other things about that in just a second. But I do want to go ahead and say my oopsie that I did do. So thank goodness it wasn't technology. Thank goodness we didn't break the internet, although that would have been great too. But then again, not at all. But I did have an oopsie, and you can't blame me because the tech that had happened yesterday or the day before, and all the things that were going on in my brain, I completely forgot to tell you something super important. At the end of the planning party, I told you about the perfect ish method that is coming up. It's coming up May 14th. Oh, and lean in. Do not press stop or pause or anything. I want you to keep going with me. Will you just pinky promise me you'll listen all the way to the end? Will you do that for me? Oh, please, please, please. But I forgot to tell everyone when I was giving the investment and the price and all of that for the perfect dish method, I forgot the biggest thing on my screen and in my brain and on the checkout screen. The whole thing. Completely forgot that there is a payment plan. Hallelujah. Yes, there is. Of course there is. So if you said I can't do this full thing right now, the whole course, I can't pay for it. Girl, you don't have to. You can break it into 3 payments. So if it felt too steep, and I'll give you the whole course price and everything else in just a few minutes, or you can click on it in the show notes. You can now pay in smaller amounts and still get everything. You get it all, the coaching, the community, the access. You get the bonuses still because that was my bad, mea culpa. So you get the whole thing and you get the payment plan. I never want the cost of something to keep someone from this next step, from their clarity, from the course. So I hope that this helps. And I hope that this is something that now you feel like you have access to, because the deal is if we do this together every week on the podcast, I want to do more. I want more. Selfishly, I want more of you. And honestly, I need more of you. Those of you that are going to join the course, this is the beta test. So this will never, ever, ever happen again. What won't happen again? The live part with Q&A, it's not going to happen again like this. The price, never going to happen like this. I wanted to make it so reasonable, but also I want it to be excellent. So I've got a designer that's designing things. I want everything to feel amazing for you and like it's priceless, but I do have to have some expenses here. So I want it to be both, and I will never be able to offer it to you at this price again. So again, don't tune me out yet, because I'm going to give you a little peeky peek behind the curtain and tell you why some women are saying yes, because maybe you're thinking, oh, that is for me too. So I'll give you the little behind the scenes. All right, back to the Friday planning party real quick, just to recap that. Thank you for showing up. And you really showed up fully. I mean, the chat was buzzing. Women were crying. Okay, maybe not crying, but women were there and present and laughing and writing faster than maybe you've written in months. And you were finishing it and then watching again, from what I heard. And I had some really amazing feedback. Somebody, one of you wrote to me and said, I didn't realize how much I was carrying until I started writing it down. That's what I wanted you to feel. And that's what I want to you continue to feel, that you don't have to carry it all. Another friend said, for so many years, I've been trying to force myself into other people's systems that I didn't love and didn't work for me. And I feel free now. And she, of course, mentioned how she feels free from Sunday nights. She said she even tried Monday mornings, Saturday mornings. None of it worked. She's like, oh, hello, Friday. She said, now I know why you call this a party. And I want that to keep going. I want that feeling for you to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and not just one 30-minute session that we did. And then somebody else said to me, I thought I had to have it all together to be a planner. She's like, I'm just not naturally like that. But now I think I can actually do this. It is so simple, even for me. And I hope that in this year and a half of podcasts, if you've been listening the whole time, that there is a simplicity to things, that you don't have to have it all together to be able to keep some of these things that are so important to you and feel kind of like a rock star. So because of that, because of the feeling that I was hoping and praying on my knees that you would feel at the Friday planning party, which, by the way, you can go back and watch the replay, or if you've already watched the replay, watch it again. You can grab that in the show notes too. I knew that I just wanted this to be the launching point. I want more. Have I said this already? I want more of you. and I want you to have more of me. And I am looking for women that are going to be the first look, the beta testers for what I really truly believe with my whole heart is a key that's going to open the door for so many of you. I want that to just have been the beginning. And here's why I say that. Yes, I have experience in working with women for over 2 decades. I do. And I tap so much of what I share into that and from that. And of course, my own experiences from all the different stages and phases. But I will say it's been in this last year and a half on this podcast and working with clients that I'm finding what women are saying to me that they need and how they want to feel. I really feel like I have some answers for them. And what's so neat is it's not just one kind of woman, because that's sort of what I needed to speak to. Like maybe just the woman that was like me. She has kids, she's an entrepreneur, she's in the busiest season of her life. But you know what I started to notice? That it was women outside of that genre as well. I mean, I just think about my mom. My mom's been retired since 2019. And every time, every week, my mom listens, she says, I needed to make this little tweak because these things are important to me right now. Giving back to my community is important, but I needed to know, how do I do that? How do I say yes? When does this work? What does my morning and routine look like, evening routine look like when I don't have kids and the pickup line? But I still want to feel like I'm bringing value to my day, but I want to love my retirement. And then I'm noticing even my 14-year-old. Now, probably no 14-year-olds are going to sign up for the course, but she's starting to realize that there's different areas of her life because we talk like this at home. And I'm practicing my stuff on my kids and my husband and my family, that brings value to them too. And boy, the sooner, hear me out, the sooner you can learn this, the better. So if you are younger and you're like, I don't even have kids yet. Oh, please, 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 please. Give yourself the gift of this. Give yourself the gift of this. So let's peek behind the curtain just a little bit so that you know, okay, the perfect-ish method, what is it? Starting May 14th, every other week, we're going to work through 7 stages that are going to help you with all of these things. So if you're feeling the pain of, I literally am the worst planner. I don't own a planner. I don't like planning. I don't like a schedule. I don't like any of those kind of things. I don't look at my calendar. We're going to work with a woman like that so that this still feels, it doesn't feel like a burden, but it feels like, we'll just keep it alliterative, but it feels like a blessing to her and a gift that maybe some of the chaos and the running and the crazy doesn't have to be like that. But then I also want to look at the woman who just needs a few small tweaks. Like, do you ever feel like you're just right there, but it's just not quite where you want it to be? This is the little refinements that you want. So every other week, starting May 14th, we're going to be live with Q&A. Now, I will say this, not everyone wants or can adjust to that schedule, May 14th at 11 a.m. Central. So you might say, let me take this as an on-demand self-paced course. And maybe the summer is perfect for you to do it. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to wait till the kids get back in school in the fall. That's great too, because you can do it at your own pace. But we will have a community going alongside of you. And this perfect-ish method, it of course is an acronym. And this is going to create some rhythm, and it's in order on purpose because it builds on each other. And at the end of this course, I want you to feel like if somebody else was an outsider looking at your schedule and looking at your calendar, they would know exactly the kind of person that you are, exactly the kind of things that matter to you, and that you would be able to fully live in this season a life that you love. It is never going to be perfect. We acknowledge that. But guess what? We make room for that too. That's where the ish comes in. We're ready for the ish part. So there's 7 stages. I'll just quickly go through them. And if you want to know more, ask me. I'm an open book. The first, of course, is the plan. And we do need to do a little bit investigation. Are we overestimating time in our life? Are we underestimating how long things take? We're going to get really honest, but not judgmental. Not judgmental, but really, really honest. So that we can start to say from the bird's eye view, what's working, what's not working. I need my flow. And guess what? We even plan in for time that you don't have to have anything going on. That's the best. Then we establish routines, and these are the bookends. This is the morning and the evening. And spoiler alert, we actually start with your evening because that flows into your morning. And when we have those things that you can count on, that you know, and what my daughter is so good at starting to build this now, that the messy middle happens, the emotional middle happens, the pivots happen, the come aparts happen. But when you are grounded in those two things, and it doesn't have to be the 5 o'clock club, by the way, it doesn't have to be, it's going to work for you. Oh, I can't wait to do that next. Then we bring in relationships. We bring in the outside people, and we bring in the people that pull you in different directions. And we start to realize how we're going to be building time around those people or with those people. And it's not just about a to-do list, right? It is about honoring the things that matter the most to them, but we don't know what those are until we talk about it. Stage 4 is focus. Now, this is not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like that disciplined focus. Okay. This can still be fun. Focus can be fun because we're actually, with focus, we're going to start taking things off of your plate. How great is that? You're going to learn the art of delegation. Yes. And we're also going to learn not everything is urgent, friend. We're going to learn how to pick and choose from that. And then stage 5 is enforcing boundaries. Yep. Boundaries are your protection. This is going to be so good. You're going to learn how to say no. Have you ever wondered, like, how do I say no without feeling bad and feeling guilty? We're going to learn how to say no, but we're also going to learn how to say yes. This is protecting your precious time and your energy. This is a big deal. And that leads to stage 6, which is customizing your schedule. We're building out the word perfect here. Customizing your schedule. This is where cookie cutter get tossed. A girl like me that's a freedom and choice person, love it. I need to honor my best energy times. I need to honor the fact that I am an ambivert. Okay, sometimes introvert, sometimes extrovert, mostly introvert. But we're going to figure out, what does that look like in somebody's schedule, in your schedule specifically. And then last but not least, number 7 is together is better. This is not just solo work. And I don't want anyone going through a course like this and at the end not having an idea and a game plan on how to keep it going. That would not be worth it at all, would it? Not at all if you did not know what to do next so that it is working for you for the duration, for the next generation, so to speak. So you need support, you need that community, and you need to know how to keep it going. That's really important. So all of this is part of the course. It's live coaching, it's the implementation, the accountability for it, but the fun kind, the community and the access to everything. I already mentioned you get my bonus stuff, the month at a glance that you don't already have if you've done all the planning already, the perfect dish prompts for using ChatGPT and AI. Yes, you can go at your own pace or join us live. Totally up to you, but just don't do it alone. And let me just lean in one more time. And I want you to be one of these women. I'm already hearing some of the feedback. I actually asked them, the women that have already signed up. I said, tell me why you said yes. And I've heard everything from I am successful, but I still feel behind, to I feel like I've forgotten who I am and I desperately want my time back. I had somebody say to me, I just don't love my life right now. I mean, I don't not love it, but I just don't love it. And I know that I could be doing more. I know that this burnout is not something that I can sustain. So I've been hearing things like that. And they didn't sign up because they have free time, okay? Or money that they just didn't know what to do with. But they decided that they wanted their time to be on purpose. And I want to do that with you. I want to do that with you. If you've ever felt seen because of this podcast, this is your next step. It just is. Will you just say yes? So the value of the course is just under $2,000. It's $1,988 is the value of the course. But I wanted to, again, to be something that, yes, you might have to stretch for and push for. And that's why I think of, maybe it's not going to Chick-fil-A every other week for the 7 weeks with your family. Maybe it is those big grocery bills. Let's just eat from the pantry for the next few weeks, right? Or some ramen never killed anybody. Maybe it's not feeling guilty about spending it, because, your husband goes and golfs a couple times a month. Maybe it is thinking, gosh, I mean, the kids have summer camp and I'm paying for that. We have to pay for that. So why not do something for me, for mama? So you can join again. It's $347. So it's just under $50 each session, which is crazy insane. You can do the payment plan. I'd love for you to do that. Or you can just test out the first stage and then see if you want to keep going. And you'll get everything from me. And this is the only time, have I mentioned that too? I mean, I just want to reach through the sound waves or the air waves and grab you and say, please do this with me. Please do this with me. I can't wait to see the transformation. And I want your feedback. I will absolutely be so thrilled. I will relish your feedback, be my beta tester, be my first look kind of people so that we can make this even better in the future when the prices go up and when everyone in the world knows about us. So click the link in the show notes and say, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to give this a try. And friend, I want you to know you don't need more and you don't need to do more and you don't need more time, just maybe a better way to do the things that are already mattering to you, and not perfect at all, just a system that is designed for our beautifully imperfect life. So let's get it. Let's get it together. I want you to be with me. We're going to launch it May 14th. That's the first day that you're going to just dive in with me and say, I'm so glad that I'm taking this, not even a chance on myself, that I'm taking this investment in myself. So this is why I had to scooch the other podcast episode out of the way. I'm feeling so passionate about it. And if you loved the Friday planning party, I am telling you, that is a drop in the bucket. So say yes today. Say yes today because I want to do this with you. All right. Payment plans, options available now. So sorry about that. Tell a friend, do it with a girlfriend, do it with a small group. Maybe you get a small group from church together or in your neighborhood and you guys gather together. Maybe you watch the replay and you work through it together. I would love for families to do this together. Give your friend the gift of it if you want to give her a gift like that, and let's do it together. All right. Thanks everyone. Thanks for hitting the 1,000 people goal. So amazing. Okay, taking a deep breath, getting ready for stage 1, starting May 14th. Click the link in the show notes and let's do it together. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in to the Perfect-ish Time Management Podcast. Let's keep the fun going. Follow me on social and join our Facebook community. And if you're ready for some one-on-one time management coaching to reach the top of your game without burnout or guilt, I'd love to chat. Book a free interest call using the link in the show notes or send me a DM. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a 5-star review and share it with a friend who's ready to master their time too. Remember, we're in this together, making real progress towards becoming perfect-ish.